Last time on Haunted Mansion.
Mitch, I don't know why you tricked me into going on this trip to New Orleans.
Ricky, hear me out. I found this sweet deal on Airbnb at this mansion that hasn't been reserved for years.
How did you find out about this place on Airbnb? Did you look at the history of this mansion?
Yeah, apparently it was owned by some weird looking guy that was once an Oscar winner.
Okay, sounds good so far. But you're telling me no one has taken care of this for years and it's just been sitting here with no clients?
Okay, I know the average of 0.666 for a review score is bad, but we got a great deal for it, man.
What was that?
I don't know. Let's open that door over there and take a look.
I see you.
Ah! Jared Leto!
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Armageddon is almost upon us.
I got news for you. It's already here.
Hello, travelers. You're about to enter into a multiverse all about TV shows and movies. Welcome yourself into the Multiverse of Entertainment podcast. It's where our panelists talk about all the news stories, deep dive discussions on topics, and enjoy some nostalgic entertainment as well. Now, here are your hosts, Mitch Workman and Ricky Palmer.
Oh, Jared Leto.
Oh man, Jared Leto, man, Jared Leto. Jeez, I know we're gonna hear something from his people someday.
Yeah, or he'll be walking the streets of Hollywood, and you'll run into him when you go down to Disney.
I know he's probably walking around with like a frisbee. Look, it's my identity disc.
Oh God,
I'm in the grid. Have you been in the grid?
I would laugh so hard if that happened to you.
Hey everybody, we're back. It's me and Ricky. We're back for another fun episode of Into the Multiverse of Entertainment podcast. Or you can find it on YouTube, Amazon, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast from. So we're always happy to have you guys listen to us. We have some good times. We're back this time. We're in the vehicle. We came in on a Hearst, you know. I don't know. Did we borrow it from the Undertaker or just some regular guy at a morgue? Did we borrow the Hearst? Because, you know, I don't want... You know, him and Paul Bearer. Ooh!
I think we got it from the Undertaker, but I also have a brother-in-law that works in a casket company now, so
don't mess with the Undertaker.
Oh God.
Thanks, Paul Bearer.
You do good, Paul Bearer. I'll have to give you that.
I've got to go back and manage the Undertaker.
See ya, Paul. Have a good night.
Bye. Oh God. Hopefully I didn't piss off the wrestling fans again. So
again.
I know, again. Jeez, I'm gonna get like some wrestling fan show up with like a steel chair and hit me in the head. Son of a bitch. Take that. I know we're starting off on a good time.
It's still real to me.
It's still real to me, damn it.
That poor kid. That poor kid is probably he was an adult when that event happened, but
yeah,
you know, don't Google it, folks.
If you want to feel sad, don't. No, we're back. We're here having a good time. We got a good episode coming up. It's episode 52, which this marks our 1 year anniversary.
Charge.
Peace.
No, it's been a great 1 year.
Yeah. We've been having fun. I think we've gotten better over the time. And I think if you go back and listen to the first few episodes, it's like, wow, these guys, wow. I don't think.
I think we're okay. I think
we got better.
We've been getting better. Yes.
We're getting better. We promise. And we're hoping to do some updates to the podcast down the road. I know we've had people ask about maybe doing video. You know, we're thinking about it.
Yeah.
Just try to have the right software for it.
But, yeah.
In the meantime, we're still having fun recording our audio. We'd love to hear our lovely voices. This is Barry White. Yeah, girl, slip off those panties while Barry White talks to you, baby. Yeah.
Sir, do you know that that's a registered trademark of Barry White?
Sir, I represent the state of Barry White. Oh, shit.
I just love story.
I just need some sexual chocolate. Yeah, baby.
I promise there is an episode this week.
We'll get to it. We've got stuff, we promise. It's kind of very Disney themed for this episode, we'll say. So if you're a big Disney fan, you're going to love this episode. We've got some good Disney stuff we're going to talk about. We're going to have a review of Haunted Mansion later on. So be on the lookout for that. We're just going to have some fun. We've got some news stories, some somewhat sad, but we're hoping maybe down the road it'll get better. We're hoping, you know?
Yeah.
But we've got some good Disney stuff we could talk about. One of the things that we were going to talk about is with the Haunted Mansion, based on the popular Disney ride at Disneyland. We're going to talk about what is our favorite Disney ride. I think, we've both been to Disneyland. I don't know. Have you been to Disney World, right, Ricky?
I have once, but I don't remember it much.
But we've been to Disneyland, and I haven't been to Disney World. I'd like to go there someday, but we'll get there. But we had a thought of talking about what's our favorite Disneyland rides. We got one or two we can probably talk about. Ricky, what's the first one you want to talk about that's a favorite Disneyland ride you like?
Yeah, the first one that I have down here is the Indiana Jones ride. You get in a Jeep, and the Jeep kind of takes you through scenes of the movie, you know, and the special effects and stuff like that are really cool. There's like when you get in the Jeep, there's these 3 rooms, and they're like you are going to the room of forever life, or and it's pretty cool because they have little animatronic Indiana Jones that kind of guide your way through the ride, and he says I hate snakes because there's a room with snakes. So it's really cool. But the main reason I bring it up is the queue. Now, if you don't go to Disney much, a queue means the line that you stand in. But the reason why I like it is it's you feel like you're back in the 1930s because they got like an old radio there, and the room looks like you're in the desert. I mean, not desert, sorry, the Amazon forest, and you're going into this temple, and that video with Sala. That's But have you ever experienced this ride, Mitch?
Yeah, I have. I've been a couple times. I went I think the first time we went, it was mind blowing. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And I think when we went for Christmas time, it was fun. And it's a blast. I want to take my daughter on it. She hasn't been on it. We've been watching Indiana Jones with her lately, so I hope she likes it. It's fun. I always just remember you had to look. You don't stare in the eyes. You looked into the eyes, didn't you? Yep.
Yeah, and it's a fun ride.
It is. It's fun because it's like being a crazy car chase ride. It's like, oh geez, and like the part where it's like where it feels like it's supposed to be like poison arrows for booby traps, you know, like the air just like, psh, psh.
Yeah,
makes you feel like there's arrows flying by you.
I'm sure they update this, but the way that the car moves it, so like if you're going over a bridge, it feels rickety, and if you have to hit the brakes real quick, it does hit the brakes, you know. So yeah, and the technology is, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, but it's cool.
Yeah, so definitely check that out. Especially now, like, I don't know if they're still doing the meet and greet. I know back when the movie came out, they were doing like a meet and greet with an Indiana Jones character. But I don't know if they're still doing it or not, but they might be.
That's cool.
So, yeah. I think one ride I did once, and I'm looking forward to go back because I've been to Disneyland 3 times. The first time we never got a chance to do this ride. The second time it was down during refurbishing, so it's like, shit, okay. But the next time we went, we got to do Big Thunder Mountain.
Oh, and wow.
That is so much fun of a ride. If you haven't done it, it's the train ride that you're going through like this mountainside. And the funny thing is there's a little Easter egg. that there's one point where there's these direction signs saying like, you know, Paris, this many miles, Tokyo, this many miles. That's the actual mileage from that spot you're at to where it is to the other Disneylands in the world.
No way.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like, wow, Disney, you Easter egg people.
Yeah, because I never would have got that. And I've been there tons of times with the family, and I've never seen that. I probably just thought that it was part of the ride, like the atmosphere of the ride.
Yeah. So yeah, next time if you do Big Thunder Mountain, take a look for that sign because it's pretty cool. It's a nice little Easter egg. What's another one that you could think of that you really enjoy at Disneyland that you love?
Oh, the Jungle Cruise. Now I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Well, it's boring," and the stupid dad jokes, but I think it's funny because once again it's in the same area, the same land, and you get on this boat, and yeah, they do cheesy like look out, there's a snake type stuff, but to me it just takes me back to a simpler time. You know when you were a kid, and the jokes were funny when you were a kid and stuff like that. But yeah, I like it, and you know it takes you through the different rivers of, you know, Europe. I mean, not Europe, sorry, Africa, and the jungles and stuff. And the animatronics still look pretty cool for you know, because there's tigers and rhinos and the big waterfall that you go behind and things like that. So yeah, that's a second ride that I like is the Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Like Jungle Cruise is pretty fun because have you ever done the Jungle Cruise at night though?
No, we've always done it like the middle of the day when it's not hot but not cold. But no, I have never done it at night. At least, knock on wood, that I know of.
Yeah, we did. I mean, the first time we did when we went the first time, Gwenny was too little to go Indiana Jones, so we took her on the Jungle Cruise. Me and Sierra went back and forth taking Gwenny on Jungle Cruise, and she loved it. And then we went for the second time. Well, like, hey, let's do it at night. Like, how cool would it be to go do the ride at night? And this was around the time when the movie came out.
Ooh.
So it was always like a 30 to 40 minute wait. And it's like, nothing's changed, people. It's still the same ride. It's not Dwayne Johnson showing up telling the bad dad jokes. But
yeah, yeah, that's crazy because usually that ride's a quick, like a hop on, hop off.
It's usually like a 5-10 minute. Yeah, and it's usually like a 5-10 minute wait most times. But yeah, we did it at night. It was kind of fun doing it at night because, like, you know, you don't see the creatures unless they shine the light on it. So it kind of makes it a little more spooky in a weird way, but kind of cool, you know?
Oh,
like the parts with the hippos, you know? Yeah. What's your favorite joke that they do that you can think of?
Oh God, the one off the top of my head, I know there's a lot, but there's that backside of the water. They go behind the thing, and then I don't know if it's still called Trader Sam's because I know they've changed it. But when he's like, I have a 2-for-1 sale, and there are 2 shrunken heads for your one.
Oh yeah,
thing. You know.
Yeah, they have that still. I think the one I love that we had with one of the boat guys, he was like, I'm gonna wave my gun at the hippos, and he just waves it. Shoo.
Oh.
Instead of doing the whole, I'm gonna shoot the gun. Just like that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wave my gun at him.
Unfortunately, I don't think they can improvise, Mitch. I think they're all jokes that they've been, you know.
Yeah, like there's like a certain guideline they have to stick to with the jokes, but they could still kind of tweak it in their own way, but just as long as they follow the certain jokes for them. So, I think one more I can think of. I know people are gonna say, "Why not Haunted Mansion? Why not Pirates?" I love those. My wife loves Pirates. That's her favorite ride. Another ride I like, and it's a roller coaster one, and it's the Incredicoaster.
Oh yeah.
I just love the Incredicoaster so much. It's so fast, the loop-de-loop. Before it was, I'm trying to think what it was originally called, but
it was just called the Paradise Coaster.
Yeah, Paradise Coaster
when it first opened.
And then when they made it Pixar Pier, they changed it to the Incredicoaster.
Yeah.
Fun fact though, because with the Incredicoaster now, it's Dash doing the countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then pew.
Yeah.
When it was the Paradise Coaster, it was Neil Patrick Harris that was doing the narrative for it. So,
Oh,
yeah. A little fun fact there for you Disney fanatics. I know we got a little fun Disney facts. Maybe I should just like do that the whole episode. Did you know?
yeah. Well, and I was like, the first time I ever rode that, I was like, okay, this is gonna be like the white roller coaster here at our local theme park lagoon. I thought it'd be a nice, easy ride. Nope, that shoots you out like a cannon.
Yeah,
know?
It's like choo.
Now, I don't think I've been on it since it got changed to that. Is the I know the music was originally like carnival music. Is it more Incredibles now?
Yeah, it's more Incredibles.
Okay.
And it's actually a story. It's basically Jack, doing his disappearing act, and they're all trying to grab Jack.
Oh,
At the end, they give him a Jack Num Num cookie.
that's cool. See, that's the one thing, folks, that like I know right now Disney's in a little bit of a slump. We'll just call it that. But their theming and how they do Disneyland and Paris Disneyland and all that, superb. They always how they I'll give a shout out to the Cars land itself. It makes you feel like you're in Cars. Like
especially when I wasn't like a fan of the Cars movie, it still is just something cool to see.
Yeah, and when I did go to the Disney World back in 2016, there was no such thing as Avatar Land, but I've had family that have gone since, and they're like, you've got to go, even if you don't like Avatar. It's just really cool, especially at night. That's another one I heard is good at night.
Yeah, and I've heard they're supposed to try to do something Avatar-ish at Disneyland, but there's still kind of nothing really planned out yet. So I'll be kind of excited to see what they do with that and where they put it too. I mean,
yeah, they're almost out of space.
Yeah,
because now that they built Star Wars Land there in California, they're kind of running out of space.
Well, especially now they're going to have in California Adventure at Pixar Pier, you're going to have San Francisco from Big Hero 6.
No way.
Yeah, they're going to have a Baymax and a Hero there.
Nice.
And I saw some of the food they have for it. They're previewing the food. If you go in August, they're previewing the food. But some of it looks really good. I was like, oh, I want that.
Lucky.
But yeah, what are some of your guys' favorite Disneyland rides? I know there's so many. I know there's that one person is glad that we didn't say It's a Small World to have that song stuck in their head.
Yeah. It's a good ride, but I won't have the song,
But yeah, what are some of your guys' favorite Disneyland or Disney World, or even if you went to Disneyland Paris, Tokyo, wherever, any other Disneylands you went to? What was your favorite rides? We'd love to hear. Check us out on Facebook at Into the Multiverse of Entertainment Podcast. Check us out on YouTube, Amazon, Spotify. Hey, we're everywhere, man. Thoughts and comments. Email us at intothebow@gmail.com. We'd love to hear you guys' thoughts and comments about Disneyland or Disney World. All right, Ricky, I think speaking of going on rides, let's announce this little ride for a little bit. Geeks of Utah rejoice. It's the 2023 FanX Comic and Pop Culture Convention coming to the Salt Palace in Salt Lake City, Utah, September 21st to the 23rd. Come see the stars of TV and films like the cast of Star Trek Next Generation, Back to the Future, Scream, Smallville, Charmed, The Clone Wars, Shazam, Nebula herself, Karen Gillan's going to be there. So, if you want to do some photo ops, they've got a lot of great people there to do photo ops with, and fun panels that can fit your geeky needs. Check out the merch booths for local and national merchants to fill your geek shrine at home. I think one of the things we could at least agree with with the merch booths, I guarantee you're going to always leave with something from a merch booth, right, Ricky?
Oh yeah. I mean, I gotta say that there's times that I've ended up getting like, even if it's just a Comic-Con shirt, because they have them like, I know I use it more, as a night shirt now, but I got a Comic-Con shirt that was a Captain America theme the year that Chris Evans was there. So they got samurai swords, they got paintings. I even got a book one year from Brian Young. He's a local writer. So you can find a souvenir. You'll find it.
Oh yeah, especially like they've got local authors there, or even national authors there that are. I know my wife; she's always happy to see Brandon Sanderson, her favorite author. He's always there every year. He's Utah's own Brandon Sanderson, fellow Nebraskan too. So all right, Brandon.
Yeah, yay.
But you have local and national authors there to. They'll have their booths and come take autographs, take pictures. They'll usually have some panels with some of the authors too. I think one of the fun panels that I wish I was at, Sierra mentioned that when she went to one that Brandon Sanderson was doing, they had a panel. And someone asked the question, why are you so predictable? And I almost wanted to just go in there. I wish I was there in the room and I would have been like, he's not one of us, get him! And then just scurry away just to see if people go toward him, like start the fight but not join in, just like, he's not one of us, get him.
Oh god.
That would have been funny, like all these Sanderson fans just beat the shit out of this guy. What are you being predictable? Do you see this being predictable?
Oh, you're gonna get so much slack from your wife on this little segment.
Oh, she kind of wish I was there. Probably I would have done that. I would have just said he's not one of us.
Yeah, and I'm sure that as a writer, you still got to be nice when they say something like that. You don't want to be a dick. You know?
and Sierra said he responded back to the question good. So
yeah,
I just think it was just I would. It's just Sierra was saying like it was one of those things where that guy said it, and it was you just heard a. I really wish I was in that room. I would have said that. I would like, he's not one of us. Get him. Oh man. But go to the panels, meet some authors, man. There's always some great authors there, even new ones you don't know about. Some that are local, some that are national are there too. If you like your books, trust me, they try to bring in all the authors they can. You can check that and much more on the website. For tickets and info, go to fanxsaltlake.com. That's fan, the letter X, saltlake.com. All right. Let's go ahead and Sanderson bench this episode. Let's go right into it, shall we? We hide in the dumpsters behind the restaurants of Hollywood to get the news stories for you.
Hey, leftover chicken Alfredo!
It's entertainment news. Oh, yeah, we got some news. I mean, I know right now the entertainment news has been kind of a little sad, staggering, just because of the writer and actor strike.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on, Mitch. The entertainment news has been Barbieheimer still.
Yeah, that's true. Let's talk about that for a second. If we, it's only been out for over a week, and it's already made Barbie's made almost half $500 million worldwide, and Oppenheimer's almost at $250 million worldwide. I have to admit, I think this is great to see this happen.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mitch. And even though Barbie, it's not, one that I'm going to rush out and see. I'll see it eventually, I promise. Mm-hmm. But I'm just happy that there's people going to the screenings. If you enjoy it, it may not be for me, but if you enjoy it, I'm happy.
Yeah. I know we went to go see Haunted Mansion the other day. We noticed that people are still dressed up in pink stuff for Barbie, man. I think it's still fun that people are dressing up for Barbie. It's been out for like a week and people are still showing up dressed up in Barbie gear.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too is IMAX has noticed that they've been getting a lot of record sales with Oppenheimer. So I would tell people, if you have not seen Oppenheimer, go see it in IMAX. It's worth it in IMAX. It's really good. Both movies are really good. I will say, I don't think there's ever been a time where you had a weekend that had two big hits that were both really good movies, like both critically acclaimed. I can't really think of one.
I do have one question for you. I know eventually Oppenheimer is going to be digital and all that. Do you think they would re-release it like maybe a year later?
I could probably see it maybe
6 months later.
I could see maybe like a few months later, like if they want to do like for your consideration for Oscar time, like re-release it in IMAX. Especially if there's nothing to go see, might as well put it back in the theater to get some money because there's nothing to see. Oh,
yeah.
That's the really sad part, which brings us to this. The writer strike and actor strike still going on, and Right now, latest updates have been that the actors have been wanting to go back to negotiations, and the studios are kind of, nah, we're good for now. So that's sad. Yeah, it's sad. It's like, come on, man. We got some good stuff coming out. Which leads us to this story. Sony has shaked up its release dates for movies. Of course, Sony has a lot of big movies coming out the next year. Ones that really took a big effect was into Beyond the Spider-Verse, the third movie in the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse trilogy set. Right now, it was slated for March of 2024, Easter weekend. And they have put it on delayed indefinitely due to they still are doing voiceovers that have not been recorded yet. There's still some writing that they're still working on, so they're not going to have this ready in time. So no word yet on when that's coming out, which kind of sucks because we were all looking forward to that.
Yeah, because if we had video, folks, you'd see me. I shook my head as soon as Mitch said that.
Mm-hmm.
Indefinitely?
Indefinitely. So probably I can see maybe 2025, 2026. So I don't know. Hopefully something gets resolved soon with the writer strike and the actor strike. A couple other things got pushed back. Gran Turismo coming out a couple weeks actually. Instead of coming out on the 11th, they're going to push it out to the 25th, and they're doing this. They're going to have on August 18th that weekend, you can actually go see a sneak preview of Gran Turismo, and then the following week they'll open up wide. Hopefully, what Sony says is that since the stars can't promote the film, might as well try to get the audience to be more of word of mouth. That's what these studios are going for right now, is hopefully word of mouth. People are going out there telling people, go see this. We'll see. Will it work? I don't know. We'll have to see. It's kind of hard to say. Another one that I was kind of surprised that was supposed to come out this October, which I saw the trailers. Looks pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. Now I have to wait till August of next year. Kraven the Hunter.
Man.
Yeah. Based
so
on the Spider-Man.
You're not joking. There may not be much. So just so I can hear the update again, they're pushing back Gran Turismo, and it's not out in 2 weeks.
Yep, it'll be out at the end of the month of
man.
August. And then Kraven will be out August 30th of next year, Labor Day weekend next year.
Wow,
Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel is actually supposed to come out this December. Right now, it's got pushed back to March of next year. Big one is mostly, Spider-Verse. Beyond the Spider-Verse got delayed indefinitely with no timetable when that's going to be resolved. What's your thoughts, Ricky?
I can't believe it. And I understand they're like, you need to do reshoots and things like that. And I know they want to get it right. So I do applaud them at that. But like to push Kraven the Hunter and stuff like that back that far, are they just expecting it to be a long strike? Is that why they're pushing things back?
I don't know. I think with Kraven, they're kind of hoping maybe get the summer box office with it. Most of the summer movies are kind of in limbo right now, like especially like Deadpool 3, the Thunderbolt, Captain America is supposed to be in July of next year. So a lot of stuff's getting pushed back. And now you're hearing like how Dune 2 might get pushed back to next year. Same with Aquaman.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Dune 2. I mean, it's supposed to be a long movie as it is anyways, but...
Well, the other thing I think why they're trying to push that back, and I have another theory why, it's not just because of the writer-actor strike, but I think it's because Oppenheimer's out and everybody can't stop talking about Oppenheimer. And I feel like Dune's trying to be like that movie that's like, well, we're we don't want to like have this movie come out and lose every award that we can get nominated for to lose to Oppenheimer.
Oh, really? Wow.
That's what I think. That's just a speculation. That's not a real thing. It's just what I think.
Yeah, and I know this is a Disney-centric show. Any word on any Disney properties getting pushed back or anything like that?
Nothing as of right now, if I've heard. I mean, good news is Loki season 2 is going to drop October 6th. So.
Oh, nice. Well, we'll have that.
Yeah, we still got some stuff coming out, and we've got some stuff streaming to the next month or two. So, I just think it's just kind of they got to get something going. This is going to be. I mean, I was looking for Deadpool 3. Especially around Comic Book Day weekend. I had it all planned out. I was going to go see Deadpool, go get some free comic books, and go see Deadpool again. Because I'm excited for it. I don't know, and the other thing too is Spider-Verse, man. I'm kind of bummed that it's gonna be a while until we see the conclusion.
I know. I hope it doesn't lose its momentum.
I don't think it will. I think the good thing is this movie still kept its momentum. I mean, it was still a hit. It's been great. I just think this whole summer, like I said, it's just been so crowded with a lot of good movies to go see.
Yeah, it just with this writer strike, it kind of reminds me of the Gremlin, because like everything got pushed back, and then we ended up with like 6 Marvel things in 1 year. You know?
Oh no, like 1 year was like every month was a Marvel thing. You had either something on Disney Plus or something in the theater, so it was just like Jesus. Yeah, I think that's why everybody got the superhero fatigue, you know, is because of that. Is I think when you had everything pushed out in 1 year, it's like, oh man, it's like I get that most of the stuff that you had was already done, already wrapped, filmed, produced, everything, you know. But I think we're starting to see maybe you should space that out, which so far with the MCU with the Disney Plus series, we're only getting 2 this year. We're getting we just got done with Secret Invasion, which if you have not watched, people go check that out. It's pretty good so far. I'm up to episode 4. Episode 4 was great. So I haven't watched the last 2. I'm hoping to watch that here soon. And then you're getting Loki, like I said, in October. So maybe that's what they're learning is space this out.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, I mean, if you look at the Marvel movies, you have 3 this year. You had Quantumanium in February. You had Guardians in May. And then you're having the Marvels in November, which I think is perfect spacing. Space it out. And then the next one will be May of next year, hopefully.
Yeah. Which is good because it lets people breathe.
It gives people that breathing room to, you know, check out other stuff too. What do you got, Ricky? I know it's probably sad news to add on to the pile too, right?
Yeah, so back in May, the Connors got renewed for a 6th season, 6 or 7. You know, well, unfortunately, they got renewed 2 weeks before the strike, and so they came out and said that there will be no Connors in the year 2023. So they said the earliest, and this is earliest, is January to March, and you know, because I guess they haven't had there's no scripts written, nothing's written, so it wasn't like they were in the middle of shooting and then it happened. They have nothing, and so my question is not just this show, but do you expect shorter seasons on shows?
Yeah, like for like the next season, kind of like how I did with the Gremlin. Yeah, like how some seasons they like, say for example, like your DC ones for CW, you know, that usually have about maybe 16 to 20 episodes. Yeah, and like during the pandemic, they got cut down to maybe 10 to 13.
Yeah, because if let's just and I know there's like Final Fours and Super Bowls and all that stuff that get thrown in here, but let's say you start January 1, you could still get like a 10 to 15 episode season. What your normal fall shows.
But I think the other thing too is there's got to be some breaks in between for these actors too and these writers too. So I could see maybe like if it does like TV shows come back in January, February, it'd be like maybe 10 to 13 episodes, which it's okay. It's doable. Yeah. Because I mean, I don't know. Because like the other thing too, the Emmys got pushed back. So right now it's kind of on an indefinite hold of when they're doing the Emmys because, well, you don't got actors there and you don't got the writers there. So who's going to accept an award?
Well, and the other thing too is like, don't want to use the Gremlin again, but what about the Oscars? Like, if this keeps going, is it fair to the movies that could have gotten award consideration because they didn't come out till January, February?
I'd be pissed too if this happens and like say Oppenheimer doesn't get a chance to show itself at the Oscar because god damn it, Christopher Nolan after that movie at least deserves a nomination and fucking deserves at least a win. Because he's such a great director.
Yeah, and I can't remember, it could have been you or it could have been a friend of mine at work, but they talked about Nolan not wanting CGI in this. So kudos to him if he didn't use a lot of it. That's a good director right there. Because I'm not saying that directors are lazy, but like some of them do bank on that Avatar, bank on the CGI a little too much, in my opinion.
Well, I think the other thing too is like what I like about Nolan. He's very old school when it comes to filming. Like he doesn't use digital cameras. He uses a lot of the film cameras. So he's very old school when it comes to like what he wants to use for his production design, because he feels like with all the digital age and like CGI and all that, it kind of takes away the it takes away having you to imagine what you see. Yeah. You know, so it's, and I kind of respect Nolan for that, to do something like that. So, but yeah, hopefully with the writer strike and actor strike, we can get something resolved so that we can get some TV back on. Hopefully at earliest, maybe 2024, so we can get some shows, because we love our TV shows too. I mean, I can't watch a movie all the time. I gotta go see a TV show too. Come on.
Yeah,
I like to watch my TV shows.
Yeah, and you know, it gives us a break in the monotony of life if there's good TV and good movies.
Yeah, definitely. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to get used to reality and game shows.
Well, and I was gonna ask you, what about cartoons? So like your Family Guys and your Simpsons, are those?
Yeah,
still...
they're affected by it too, because you know you have writers. So
okay, I didn't know if those got pushed back, or since it's animation.
Yeah, they're still on hold too. So, yeah. What's your guys' thoughts and comments? Does this whole writer actor strike kind of suck? Because right now I think it really does, and I think these studios should just pay up and shut up. Ricky!
Yep.
Nostalgic zone. Yeah, we're gonna enter the nostalgic zone this time, and I think we got a good one. Since we're very Disney themed. Back on July 9th was the 20th anniversary of this Disney classic of Pirates of the Caribbean, starring Johnny Depp, Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley, Jeffrey Rush. Great movie, directed by Gore Verbinski, who he's the type of guy that if you give him a movie, he's gonna like, hey, I need all this money. Like, okay, Gore, we'll give you the money, but I think that might be a little too much. But okay, Gore. Movie was budgeted for $140 million. Disney didn't think it'd be that big of a hit. Well, lo and behold, when it came out on July 9th, it was a huge successful hit, making over $654 million worldwide.
Wow.
Of course, starting the franchise into a film series, which had Deadman's Chest, At World's End, On Stranger Tides, and finishing up with Dead Men Tell No Tale. Ricky, what was with the Pirates of the Caribbean being so successful as it is, especially with the first one, because a lot of people still say the first one's still the best, which I kind of agree. What's your thoughts? Do you agree with that, with the first one still being the best, or was there one that you liked better than the other?
No, I like the first one the best. I do, because like, and I like all of them, to be honest with you. I know that from what I was hearing when I would talk to people at work, is usually you get the first two are good, or the first three. You usually get the first three, and then a couple of them they just fall off, you know. And I don't know if it's because like one of them, like either the third or the fourth one, there was no Orlando Bloom and no Keira Knightley. So I know
it was the fourth one.
So I know that kind of hurt the chemistry of it. I mean, because Depp's always been the little like there's a word I'm trying to look for.
The centerpiece.
Yes, thank you. He's always been the centerpiece, no matter what it is, and even including the one that just came out a couple years ago. But I like the original because it was like there wasn't Depp fatigue yet, so like he was still just Johnny Depp, and I thought the casting was awesome because Orlando Bloom was coming off of those Lord of the Rings movies, and Keira Knightley, I don't know what she did before this, but she was a familiar name. I knew who she was, but I didn't know, you know. So they had, and Jeffrey Rush is, you know, he's a long time legend in the business. So
Oscar winner.
Yeah. So it was a good mesh and a good chemistry, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because for a while, she was, she had a little couple of like nothing really too big. Because Pirates was really her big one. She was in Bend 'Em Like Beckham in 2022. That was really her first big role, and then Pirates, and then Love Actually in the same year. I thought she was great. I liked Keira Knightley. I thought she was fantastic. I think the thing is too is I look at Pirates. It kind of revitalized Johnny Depp's career. Because with Johnny Depp, he's always been known for someone that's always very Tim Burton-ish. He had Sleepy Hollow. He had Gilbert Grape. He had Ed Wood. He had Edward Scissorhands. So he kind of was the mysterious dark guy. But I think with Pirates, it kind of brought him to stardom a little bit more. And I don't know, I felt like Johnny Depp was the perfect person to cast for Captain Jack Sparrow. I love how he's always, for his reference on how he created the character, was a lot of what if Keith Richards was a pirate, and then was The World's End, Keith Richards makes a cameo as his father.
Yeah, which I thought was hilarious.
Hey there, Jackie boy. One thing I did like about this, I don't know if you know about this. This was nominated for 5 Oscars at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nominated for Best Visual Effects, Sound Mixing, Sound Editing, Makeup, and Johnny Depp actually got a Best Actor nominee.
No way.
Yeah, pretty cool. Of course, lost to Sean Penn for Mystic River, who Sean Penn kind of deserved that Oscar. He finally got his Oscar, but it was cool to see Johnny Depp cast for that. I think the one thing is we saw that, a few months later we had Haunted Mansion, the Eddie Murphy version, come out. And then now we have the reboot coming out this year. The other thing is, if you can think of some of the Disney rides that they have there, which one do you think could tell a really good story? I mean, we had Jungle Cruise as well. I forgot about Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, Jungle Cruise was good. Tomorrowland was, I want to say it was loosely based off of the land, because I think it talked about the World's Fair and things like that. So that one was loosely based. The one I'm going to say is one of the rides you picked, and it was supposed to be a movie and it never happened, was Big Thunder Mountain. It was supposed to be a Western and it never happened, but I could buy that.
I could see that. Yeah, especially if they get like a train robbery.
Yeah,
that would be so fun to do. I think you could easily do that. Where the fuck is James Mangold? Get James Mangold on the phone, damn it.
Yeah.
or Clint Eastwood. Get Clint Eastwood. He does westerns good.
Oh God, yeah.
Damn train's gonna go up these tracks and we're gonna try to rob this train and blow it up with dynamite. Get off my lawn, you little bastards.
Yay.
Thanks, Clint. All right, good. Yeah, you can leave now, Clint. Where the hell am I?
Yeah, because I know a lot right now. There's I know a lot of their rides are being based off of movies themselves. They're new. They're revamping their rides, but yeah, the Big Thunder Mountain is one that I could think of. Is if you did like a Matterhorn.
Yes.
Where you climb the Matterhorn.
And you gotta look out for the Yeti.
Yeah.
I could see something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, do like Matterhorn. Another one I could see is like Space Mountain. Just as long as you get a cameo from Ric Flair in it, that'd be kind of fun. Woo!
Not that Space Mountain, Mitch.
Oh.
But no, I agree with that, because space type stuff is kind of making a comeback with the younger generation. So yeah, you can make a Space Mountain movie.
Oh yeah, I think it'd be fun. One thing I do like about Pirates, I don't know if you've heard about this rumor, and I want to get your thoughts on it. So there's been talks that they want to reboot it or develop a 6th film. Okay. How would you feel about Margot Robbie being in Pirates of the Caribbean?
I would take that in a heartbeat, but I've also heard the rumor it's off the table now.
Yeah, it's it's still in development. So
because you got to strike when the iron's hot. and right now she is at the top of her game. And I would even take it that depth's not there. That's fine with me. I would take a Margot Robbie Pirates movie.
I think it'd be fun, especially like if she can still use like her Australian accent, not give her like some fake accent. Just make her have her Australian accent. I think that'd be funny. Like just totally just kicking ass. I could see it. It'd be fun. One thing I will say that we'll probably close out on with Pirates of the Caribbean. Definitely one to go check out. What's your thoughts about the ride? Do you really like the ride at Disneyland? Have you ever done the ride of Pirates of the Caribbean?
Oh yeah, I love it. I love the ride. I know it's my sister's favorite, and I wish we could have planned this ahead of time, Mitch, to Google top 10 Disney rides. I bet that's number one. Either that or Haunted Mansion, or the two that seem to be at everybody's top of the list. I like, how it takes you through. What it's supposed to be is takes you through a town that's getting pillaged and plundered by some pirates.
Well, I'll do you one here. I've got a list pulled up. That's how we do this. Hey. Oh man, I love doing this. Pace Magazine did the 10 best attractions at Disneyland. We'll do the top 10. Now these are all attractions, either rides or attractions, entertainment stuff. Number 10 at Disneyland, it's the Tiki Room.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one to go hang out and just enjoy a Dole Whip
and get out of the hot weather.
No,
the Tiki Room itself, is a little dated, animatronic wise, and so that's what I use to get out of the hot weather. I just wish the show was longer.
Okay, number 9 they have on the list here, Matterhorn, which I still have not done that ride. Have you?
Oh yeah, that is awesome. It's a tight squeeze. A good way to maybe a good comparison is like the space rocket at Lagoon, where it's tight. It's a tight turns, or the mousetrap ride at Lagoon.
Yeah, I was gonna do that last time, and we were like right there at the entrance of getting onto the sled, and they closed it down because of mechanical error. It's like, damn it. So I'm hoping to do it this year. I want to do Matterhorn. Number 8 on the list they have here is Space Mountain. Woo!
Yeah.
Indiana Jones is number 7 with the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. That's a fun one. Number 6, like I said, Big Thunder Mountain. I love Big Thunder Mountain. That's a good choice. Number 5, the song that gets stuck in your head. It's a small world after all. The nice thing about It's a Small World, like if it's hot, that's like one of the nicest cool rides to just go in. It's very cold and cool in the tunnel. So that's a good ride to go and cool off during the summertime. Number 4, this one I will say yes. I really like this one too. Because when we went the first time, I never did this ride, but when we went the second time and the third time, I love it so much. It's Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Oh yeah, that one. Okay, now kids, plug your ears on this one. I don't do drugs, but I know you do. So I would give you $5 if you would do a little bit of an acid trip on Mr.
That would be one trip, man. Number 3, Haunted Mansion. Of course, you gotta do Haunted Mansion.
Number 3?
Yeah.
Wow.
Number 3. Well, the thing is, like with Haunted Mansion, I've always done it when it's like Christmas themed, when it's Nightmare Before Christmas. So I'm actually looking forward this year where to go when it's actually Haunted Mansion. So I'm looking forward to
I'm excited for you.
And number 2, Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah.
Okay.
Number 1, I know you haven't done this yet, but I want you to do this when you go to Disney World, Ricky. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. You have to do Rise of the Resistance. That's number 1. It's almost like a cinematic experience. It almost feels like you're part of the movie in a way. So,
okay, yeah, I can see why that's number 1, even though I haven't written it.
Yeah, so that's why when you go on your trip, I want you to report back and tell me what you think of it. So
I will, yeah, because this is going to be my first time in Star Wars land. So if I don't have a heart attack, You know, I'm surprised neither of us mentioned the original Star Tours. That's a one.
You know, the funny thing about Star Tours, a little fun fact here. I love the fun facts. There's actually 160 different variations of you'll get of Star Tours.
Wow.
Yeah. I think the one I love, there's two I love. It's one where me and my wife we got, and we had Darth Vader show up, and we always follow this. There's this TikToker who does Mrs. Darth Vader, and it's always like Darth. So I always do. And we got Darth, and right when he came on the screen, both me and my wife looked at each other. Darth, and it had pod racing. I looked at her. This is pod racing.
Oh God.
And the other one too is we went and we had my daughter with me, and it was on Hoth. And there's this part on Hoth where you're going over, like you're hanging on this cliff, and then you start to go off the cliff, and like it's so quiet, and you just hear her say out loud, "We're gonna die."
Your daughter said that? Oh my
yes.
God. Yay.
Oh, Gwenny. Yeah, Star Tours is another fun one. But yeah, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean, if you guys not watched it, go watch. All 5 of them are on Disney Plus. Check them out. At least check out the first one. It's so good. Johnny Depp is great as Captain Jack. You know, you'll always remember the day where you almost got Captain Jack Sparrow. Join us now for our reviews of movies that are playing in theaters or streaming on a certain platform for your entertainment. Well, we got some good movies coming out this weekend that hopefully you guys had a chance to go see. We're going to talk about Disney's The Haunted Mansion. I mean, we've been talking a lot about Disney in this episode. We might as well finish off with the Haunted Mansion review, right, Ricky?
Yeah, it was a very good movie.
Uh-huh. So basically what this is Disney brings us their second attempt to bring its most haunting and beloved ride to the big screen. Based on the ride that's been open for almost 55 years. Next year it'll be 55 years for it. So, and still looks a day young.
Yeah.
Haunted Mansions brings some spooky yet humorous vibes for all members of the family. The story follows Gabby and Travis, played by Rosario Dawson and introducing Chase W. Dillon, respectively, as they move to New Orleans to the Gracie Manor. Once they enter the mansion, they start to notice paranormal things happening. In the meantime, we meet Ben Mathis, played by Lakeith Stanfield, who is an astrophysicist who gives tours around New Orleans that his former spouse ran before her tragic passing. He also owns like a camera that can capture a picture of ghosts and different projections with the astro lens that he created. Well, in the meantime, he is met by Father Kent, played by Owen Wilson, who tells him, hey, we need you to come investigate the Gracie Manor just to help the owners, you know, see if there's any ghost or anything out of the regular. So he at first didn't want to go, but he ends up going. And once he arrives, Gabby kind of warns him off, here, just take the money, don't come in. Just go. So he still insists to come in. And he's going around doing tours, and he noticed nothing really spooky happened. So he goes home just thinking, okay, whatever. And then there's a spirit that attaches to him, so it forces him to go back to the mansion. In the meantime, they realize that Gabby, Father Kent, and Ben realize they have to solve this curse of the mansion before they can ever leave and go back to their normal lives. Well, later they're joined by Harriet, a psychic, and Professor Bruce Davis, who's a college historian, played by Tiffany Haddish and Danny DeVito, respectively. Also in this movie, you have Academy Award winner Jamie Lee Curtis as Madame Leota, the psychic head that's stuck in a crystal ball. So, I would have to say with this movie, if you have kids, it's fun for the kids. It has the right amount of spooky and humor. I think, you know, it has its great moments. In the Hatbox Ghost, who's played by Jared Leto, as you can tell, we made fun of him earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
He does the Hatbox Ghost, and they actually give his character more of a background. And they learn that, you know, he is a powerful entity, that if once he gets 1,000 souls, then he becomes an unstoppable force too. I don't know. I think the cast worked okay for me. What are your thoughts about this, Ricky?
I thought the cast worked really well. I don't know much about the Ben character. He's kind of new to me. I don't know the actor.
You've seen him before.
Okay.
He was in Knives Out. He was the police detective that was working with Professor Blanc
Oh, okay. So,
or
yes,
Detective Blanc.
Okay. Yeah, wow, because I definitely didn't recognize him in this movie. No, I agree with you 100% that it was a really good story for the kids and the family. And the reason I say that is I don't do spooky, and it was kids spooky, so it was good enough for me. I laughed a lot, actually, a lot more than I thought I would. Kudos to Owen Wilson and Tiffany Haddish for that.
Yeah, I really think the cast of characters they had were great. The only thing, like, one thing that didn't answer for me was like Danny DeVito was wearing like this clear suit, like clear jacket and clear hat, and it's like, what's the point of this whole clear hat and jacket? Like, they never really fully explained that to me, so I was like, all right.
Maybe his character was just kind of weird, and you
just a crazy college professor.
Yeah.
There are some cameos from other people that we won't spoil that are kind of fun. I will say though, if you're a Disneyland fanatic, like if you love Haunted Mansion, I think you'll at least like this. It does have its homages to it. It does pay, like its respects to the ride, and there's certain things like, oh hey, it's doing that or it's doing that. So
I agree 100%. I think that it utilizes the ride better than the Eddie Murphy one.
Yeah, because I think with this one, it actually took a story about the ride and took elements from the ride to make it a story, like to make the Hatbox Ghost, like his character, actually have a purpose and meaning. Like, what is with this character? Because all we've known the whole time is it's a cool special effect that's always been on the ride, but we never really knew much about the Hatbox Ghost, and this gave it more of a story for it. So, I would say the other thing I would say maybe a little too long for kids. It's about 2 hours, but it does have a little bit of pacing issues, I feel like, in the middle. But other than that, I think the characters are okay. I wanted some more development with some of the, like, you got a little bit more about the key, with Ben. You got a little bit about Harriet the psychic. I wanted a little bit more about the professor too. Like, the only thing we knew about him was he was a college professor. He had a bad heart. And it just felt like you had some of these characters rushed in, and Father Ken, played by Owen Wilson, was great, but I just felt like, what is his character here for? And then you realize at the end what his character is there, more of a call to arms type character.
Yeah.
I've been going back and forth. I've been between a 3.5. What are you on with this one?
I'm at 3.5, Mitch. I thought it was good, but it wasn't like a level 4. It wasn't a level 4. It was about a 3.5. So
yeah,
if you put a gun to my head, 3.5 is what I have.
And see, kind of part of this for me, I kind of wish they kind of pushed this back till maybe like September or October.
I do agree with that, because it would have fit the season better.
Yeah, and I also think it would have helped the box office for it too. It didn't do as well. It did all right as they estimated. They were thinking between 25 to 30 million for the weekend. It just barely got under 25.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and I think it's just because you got Barbie and Oppenheimer still out there. I think if they kind of waited till beginning of September, I think would have been perfect season time for it, and then see like people keep going back if people really liked it. I think any cons you can think about, like you didn't like about it with it, Ricky?
The one thing that I didn't notice, but my mom did, is product placement. They let's just say they mentioned Costco a few times.
Yeah.
But overall, no, nothing to complain about. I think I was okay with the length, coming off of a couple movies that were 3+ hours. To me, I was okay with the length, but I was okay with the length myself, coming off of a few movies like that. But I don't have any real complaints.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say if you got kids, take them. I think they'll like them. We'll probably get a kid review here shortly. Because I mean, I think it was fun, and if you're a huge Disneyland fanatic and you love the Haunted Mansion, I think you'll actually enjoy this one better than the Eddie Murphy one. So, yeah, go check this out in theaters. It's really good. So, that's our review of Haunted Mansion. Look out for Jared Leto. We here on the Multiverse of Entertainment podcast are not kids. We're grown adults. But in order to help you decide if a movie aimed at kids are good for them, we present a kid's perspective. All right, well, with Haunted Mansion coming out this weekend, why not ask some kids reviews? So we got 2 kids actually this time. We got Gwenny coming back for another review, and we got my son Eric. So we got your teenage review and a kid review of the Haunted Mansion. You want to say hi to everybody, guys?
What's up?
Hello.
Now, you guys saw Haunted Mansion, right?
Yeah.
Now, what was your guys' first thoughts with it? Let's go with Eric. What was your first thoughts?
My first thoughts is that I really like the main character. What was his name? Ben? Yeah, Ben. I really like the main character, and the Owen Wilson as Kent, Father Kent. I really liked how they built up the character progress, and like the whole, what was it, mother and son thing with Gabby and Travis. I like that, and how he tried to like communicate with his father near the end. That was nice.
What are your thoughts about it, Gwenny?
Well, it's pretty gonna be scary for kids. Memes. If you're very, like, if you're scared of most things like ghosts and haunt stuff, you're gonna be definitely scared of this.
Okay. Now, you guys have done the ride before at Disneyland. I know we haven't really done it as Haunted Mansion, but we've done it as Nightmare Before Christmas, but they still have the Haunted Mansion fills. Did you guys feel like with some of the Haunted Mansion fills, if they gave some good nods to it?
I think they really mentioned it, like, cause obviously that was the first thing in Disneyland. They made a movie off of that. I think they really recreated that, and they really like, gave it a nod. They really, yeah.
They give like the walls going up, or the Hatbox Ghost, or some of the other elements too, right? Like even the ballroom dance.
It made it feel like it was like you were actually on the ride, but you're just watching the movie. Like it
from like a different perspective.
Yeah, I like the nods to it. I like that.
What did you think about it? Do you think it matched up with the rides there, Gwenny?
I guess, but a little bit different. Like you're not like going onto like a birdable, and then that doesn't really happen in the movie, so it's not really like that.
I don't know, but then like the part, remember where what's her name, Harriet, got kicked out, and the chair kind of resembled how the thing looked in the ride, right? Didn't that kind of look like it?
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
So it kind of looked like it was trying to give a little nod to that too. Okay, let's see. What was one of the things you guys didn't like the movie?
I honestly, what I didn't like, probably like, I didn't like how it was all played out. I feel like it could have been like more scarier. I mean, it's obviously for kids, but it could have been more scarier. It could have been, I don't know. I feel like it was a little too long. It went on for too long, and maybe like yeah. There was just some parts where it just seemed unnecessary. We already knew, and yeah.
That's good. What was one thing you didn't like about the movie, Gwenny?
Well, basically, when the ghost popped out of nowhere in the beginning, I was like,
oh, the hatchet ghost, huh?
Yeah, I was like, I was about to like get out of my seat, just run all the way out of the movie theater. I was about.
Okay, I'm gonna ask from a teenager perspective and a kid's perspective. Do you think teenagers will like this?
All right. So what I think is some teenagers might not. Some teenagers might. It just depends on what type of like movies you like. Because this is like a comedy / thriller.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's mainly for teenagers. Could be for some kids.
Okay. Depends. What about you, Gwenny? What do you think kids? Do you think kids will really like this?
Well, kids that are like sensitive, they would be like, they would probably run out of the movie theater without their moms and dads.
Okay.
and kids that are like, I don't care, they might enjoy the movie.
Okay. All right, so let's get your final score on this on a rate of 1 to 5, 5 being the best. What do you guys give this? Let's ask Eric first. What do you give it for a rating?
Honestly, 3.5 stars.
3.5? That's not bad.
Solid.
Yeah, that's where I am. I'm about like a 3, 3.5.
It's not the best, but it's not the worst.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like we've said before, like for all the summer movies that we've seen, like none of them been like, like they've all been at least good.
They've been pretty stacked. This summer's been nice with movies. So.
All right, Gwenny, 1 out of 5, 5 being great. What would you give the movie?
I'll give it like probably like a 5.
Oh, you're always giving 5s.
What? It's just too good.
Is it too good? Okay. All right. Well, thanks you guys for your review of Haunted Mansion. Hopefully everybody has a good time, good spook with it, and hopefully they liked your guys' reviews. You guys want to say goodbye to them?
Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye, bye.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Uh-oh. We're coming to the end. See? This is a big ending. Wait! Where are you going?
Oh, here we are. We reached the end of another wonderful, fantastic episode. 1 year episode.
Yay.
Had some good times. It's been a ball. I love doing this show with you, Ricky, and I'm looking forward for another year to do this.
Oh yeah, me too. I love the show, and I don't know about you fans, but I like the skits. And believe me, recording them is just as fun as you guys listening to them, because if you ask Mitch, it does take a couple takes.
Yeah, I almost just like go back in the history and just like find the outtakes of them and just like have like a clip of just outtakes of us doing lines. I think the best was like the one where I try to have you try to say fuck, shit, piss. All
that was hard.
And
yeah.
you had hard to like. I think we did like 7 or 8 takes of it.
So we're never gonna. Which, by the way, we'll never do last time on private parts, because that's.
Oh God.
There's a scene in there where he's like
the 13-inch kielbasa.
Whoa, not that scene. But there's a scene where they tell Stern, you cannot say these 7 words on the radio.
Oh man, no, it's been a blast. And I hope you guys have some fun this weekend. Hopefully you guys had a chance to go check out Haunted Mansion. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. We liked it. I think we had a good time with it, and we want to hear what you guys thought. A lot of great stuff to still go. There's so many good stuff to still go see, man. Go see Oppenheimer. Go see Barbie. Go see Indiana Jones. Go see Mission Impossible. There's so many good stuff to go see. I think right now, if you have Paramount Plus, you can check out Transformers on Paramount Plus right now. Rise of the Beast.
Is the Fast and the Furious, is that on Peacock yet?
No, not yet, but you do have Guardians coming out this Wednesday, so check that out.
Nice.
So if you've not seen Guardians or you want to watch Guardians again, I mean, you can still go buy Guardians on digital right now, but if you are a cheapskate and you already have like Disney Plus, guess what? Disney's got you covered. You'll get Guardians on August 2nd, so you can definitely check that out. We're gonna hop back in the hearse. We're gonna try to avoid the ghosts and get out of New Orleans safely. Yeah, out of the podcast, or get out of the multiverse safe as well. Hopefully we don't attract any spirits with us out of here. Hopefully not the ghost of Jared Leto.
I'm the spirit of Jack Trades. You like my show. My show.
How dare you! I have the last word. Oh my God. Oh man, but we're gonna head out. We're gonna go out and we can come back for another fantastic episode. But in the meantime, check us out on YouTube, on Amazon Music. Check us out on Spotify. Check us out on Facebook at Into the Multiverse of Entertainment on Facebook. Check us out on email us, man. We'll take emails into the mo@gmail.com. We'd love to hear feedback. See what you guys like to say. If you have something you want us to challenge us to or want us to talk about, dude, we're always down. We're down for a good conversation, aren't we, Ricky?
Oh yeah, if there's like, I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, and you want to convince me to like it, email us. You know, or I'm a huge.
Where should Ricky start?
Or I'm a huge My Little Pony fan or whatever they're called. I don't know if that's still a
Bronies, the
thing.
bronies.
Bronies, email us. Let us know and we'll bring it up. I mean, we won't know what's going on, but we'll bring it up.
Well, we'll talk about Twilight Sparkle. Yay!
Oh, guess what I saw?
What?
Real quick. So Ryan Reynolds, I guess, has his own TV network or something, and it said Alf is coming back.
Yeah, he's doing like an Alf marathon.
Yeah, I know it's probably not new episodes, but I was like, holy crap, they're putting the Alf back out.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, but no, check us out. I mean, you can check us out. We post new episodes every Monday, we post new episodes every Monday, early in the morning. So if you want to start your work week off pretty good on Monday, give us a listen. We're always good. We always do about a good hour episode, but have a good time. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna head out, and hopefully the people at Starry and Jared Leto don't write us cease and desist orders. So we'll see what happens. And the wrestling fans, please don't hit me with a steel chair. Okay, I love you guys. And as always, safe travels.
And safe entertaining yourself.
Hey you, thanks for sticking through and listening into the Multiverse of Entertainment podcast. If you are a fan of this podcast and like what you heard, be sure to subscribe to us on Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcast from to be notified for new episodes. Please leave us feedback or suggestions for future episodes. And as always, safe travels and safe entertaining yourself.